Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 6, Book 60, number 368. Narrated by Ibn Abi Mulaika. The two righteous persons were about to be ruined. They were Abu Bakr and Umar, who raised their voices in the presence of the Prophet when a mission from Bani Tamim came to him. One of the two recommended Al-Aqra bin Habias, the brother of Bani Mujashi, to be their governor, while the other recommended somebody else. Nafi, the sub-narrator, said, "I do not remember his name." Abu Bakr said to Umar, "You wanted nothing but to oppose me." Umar said, "I did not intend to oppose you." Their voices grew loud in that argument, so Allah revealed, "O you who believe, raise not your voices above the voice of the Prophet." 49.2 Ibn Zubayr said, "Since the revelation of this verse, Umar used to speak in such a low tone that the Prophet had to ask him to repeat his statements. But Ibn Zubayr did not mention the same about his maternal grandfather, i.e. Abu Bakr." Volume 6, Book 60, number 369. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. The Prophet missed Thabit bin Kay for a period, so he inquired about him. A man said, "O Allah's apostle, I will bring you his news." So he went to Thabit and found him sitting in his house and bowing his head. The man said to Thabit, "What is the matter with you?" Thabit replied that it was an evil affair. For he used to raise his voice above the voice of the Prophet, and so all his good deeds had been annulled. And he considered himself as one of the people of the fire. Then the man returned to the Prophet and told him that Thabit had said, so and so. Musa bin Anas said, "The man returned to Thabit with great glad tidings." The Prophet said to the man, "Go back to him and say to him, you are not from the people of the hell-fire, but from the people of paradise." Volume 6, Book 60, number 370. Narrated by Abdullah bin Zubayr. A group of Bani Tamim came to the Prophet, and requested him to appoint a governor for them. Abu Bakr said, "Appoint Al-Kakar bin Mabad." Umar said, "Appoint Al-Aqra bin Habias." On that Abu Bakr said to Umar, "You did not want but to oppose me." Umar replied, "I did not intend to oppose you." So both of them argued till their voices grew loud. So the following verse was revealed, "O you who believe, be not forward." 49.1. Volume 6, Book 60, number 371. Narrated by Anas. The Prophet said, "The people will be thrown into the hell fire, and it will say, are there any more to come?" 50.30. Till Allah puts his foot over it, and it will say, Kati. Kati. Enough, enough. Volume 6, Book 60, number 372. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. That the Prophet said, "It will be said to the hell, are you filled?" It will say, "Are there any more to come?" On that Allah will put his foot on it, and it will say, Kati. Kati. Enough, enough. Volume 6, Book 60, number 373. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "Paradise and the fire, hell, argued, and the fire, hell, said, I have been given the privilege of receiving the arrogant and the tyrants." Paradise said, "What is the matter with me? Why do only the weak and the humble among the people enter me?" On that, Allah said to Paradise, "You are my mercy which I bestow on whoever I wish of my servants." Then Allah said to the hell fire, "You are my means of punishment by which I punish whoever I wish of my slaves. And each of you will have its fill. As for the fire, hell, it will not be filled till Allah puts his foot over it, whereupon it will say, Kati, Kati. At that time it will be filled, and its different parts will come closer to each other, and Allah will not wrong any of his created beings. As regards paradise, Allah will create a new creation to fill it with. Volume 6, Book 60, number 374. Narrated by Jarrah bin Abdullah. We were in the company of the Prophet on the 14th night of the lunar month, and he looked at the full moon and said, "You will see your Lord as you see this moon, and you will have no trouble in looking at him. So, whoever can, should not miss the offering of prayers before sunrise, Fajr prayer, and before sunset, Asr prayer." Then the Prophet recited, "And celebrate the praises of your Lord before the rising of the sun and before its setting." 50.39. Volume 6, Book 60, number 375. Narrated by Mujahid. Ibn Abbas said, Allah ordered his Prophet to celebrate Allah's praises after all prayers. He refers to his statement, "After the prayers." 50.40. Volume 6, Book 60, number 376. Narrated by Salama. I complained to Allah's apostle that I was sick, so he said, "Perform the tawaf of Kaaba at Mecca," while riding behind the people who were performing the tawaf on foot. So I performed the tawaf, while Allah's apostle was offering the prayer by the side of the Kaaba and was reciting, by the Mount Sinai, and by a decree inscribed. Volume 6, Book 60, number 377. Narrated by Jubair bin Mut'im. I heard the Prophet reciting Surah at-Tur in the Maghrib prayer, and when he reached the verse, "Were they created by nothing, or were they themselves the creators, or did they create the heavens and the earth? Nay, but they have no firm belief, or do they own the treasures of your Lord? Or have they been given the authority to do as they like?" 52.3537. My heart was about to fly when I realized this firm argument. Volume 6, Book 60, number 378. Narrated by Masruq. I said to Aisha, "O mother, did Prophet Muhammad see his Lord?" Aisha said, "What you have said makes my hair stand on end. Know that if somebody tells you one of the following three things, he is a liar. Whoever tells you that Muhammad saw his Lord, is a liar." Then Aisha recited the verse, "No vision can grasp him, but his grasp is over all vision. He is the most courteous, well acquainted with all things." 6.103. It is not fitting for a human being that Allah should speak to him except by inspiration or from behind a veil. 42.51. Aisha further said, "And whoever tells you that the Prophet knows what is going to happen tomorrow, is a liar." She then recited, "No soul can know what it will earn tomorrow." 31.34. She added, "And whoever tell you that he concealed some of Allah's orders, is a liar." Then she recited, "O Apostle, proclaim the message which has been sent down to you from your Lord." 5.67. Aisha added, "But the Prophet saw Gabriel in his true form twice." Volume 6, Book 60, number 379. Narrated by Abdullah. Regarding the verses, "And was at a distance of but 2 bow lengths or even nearer, so did Allah convey the inspiration to his slave, Gabriel, and then he Gabriel conveyed that to Muhammad." 53.910. Ibn Mas'ud narrated to us that the Prophet had seen Gabriel with 600 wings. Volume 6, Book 60, number 380. Narrated by Assailant. I asked Sir about the statement of Allah, "And was at a distance of but 2 bow lengths or even nearer. So did Allah convey the inspiration to his slave, Gabriel, and then he, Gabriel, conveyed that to Muhammad." 53.10. He said, Abdullah bin Mas'ud informed us that Muhammad had seen Gabriel with 600 wings.